from the rest of the week. It may not be the case that we observe all the regulations from the Shulchan Aruch about how Shabbat is supposed to be spent, but we had better regard it as the special kind of time. If we don't grab it, we're back into the rest of the week and we're not going to have it to grab again. So after 300 times being up here and saying, what makes Shabbat different? It's not just putting on fancier clothes. After all, plenty of people in our congregation don't worry about that. It's not about, schlepping long distances to services. Although, unfortunately, for the Perry County and State College, we're talking about a long distance. What it's about is saying, these times, these hours are special hours, and what's associated with them are not just the memory of past Shabbats, but everything we can try to do with the time that we carve out from the rest of the week. Please, whatever else happens, don't let the Shabbat just go to waste as though, this Shabbat at least we won't worry about, but next Shabbat, then we'll try to make something special out of it. If you don't start with this Shabbat, the odds are pretty good you're never going to get to the Shabbat that you can do something with. Let's continue responsibly in the middle of 264. True it is that the Lord is our God, there is none else. His might gives power to the sun, his love brings warmth to the human heart.
The Lord is our God, there is none else.
God is one, our Creator, who made us one family on earth. Wherever we fight for freedom, God is with us, as he was with our people when we struggled to break the chains that bound us to Egypt.
The Lord is the God of freedom, there is none else.
God, our Creator, teach us to love freedom as we love life. Make us understand that only when all are free can we be free. Let none be masters and none be slaves. Then shall we sing as our people did when they were freed from Pharaoh's grip. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar hakodesh. No hatehila oseh feleh, no hatehila oseh feleh. Mahuteha rahu banecha. Ohokeya lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu v'yahamlu Adonai yimla Adonai yimla li'olam va'ed. Well, to make sure that Michael doesn't have to sit down, why don't we do the Amidah at this point? So as long as he's standing where we can keep going. So let's continue with the Hebrew at the top of page 265 as we rise. Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open our lips, that our mouths may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanoha El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chazdei Avot, V'Mevi Geula Yivnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham. We praise you, Lord our God, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of all generations. Creator of all things, goodness and kindness are the work of your hands. You have made us free and called us to be true to your teaching. To uphold the fallen, to heal the sick, to free the captive, to comfort all who suffer pain. As you taught our ancestors through the words of your Torah, so may Torah teach us to follow the paths of goodness, kindness, and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham. Blessed is the Lord, shield of Abraham. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol. Blessed is the Lord, creator of life. Atah kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We cannot see you, O God, as we see each other, yet through your goodness we know you. Your holiness calls us to turn to you with all our souls and all our might. And when we turn to you, we begin to be holy. When we honor parents and children and speak the truth, we begin to be holy. When we keep the Sabbath for study and prayer, we begin to be holy. We begin to be holy when our thoughts are kind and our deeds are just. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Blessed is the Lord, the Holy God. Please be seated.
I can't sing one
Okay.
V'imru, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, Yachol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, Yachol Yisrael. The Torah portion for this week is about getting to the middle third of Deuteronomy, and it's called Ra'eh. Ra'eh literally means see or look, and it starts off with when I think of the texts that most of us, I hope, keep before our mind, and I think we do keep it before our mind. Ra'eh, Anochi noten lifnechem hayom, bracha v'kalala. Look, I am giving you today, I'm setting before you, I'm putting in front of you a blessing and a curse. Et habracha asher tishmu el mitzvot Adonai Elohechem. It is a blessing if you listen to the commandments of the Lord your God. Asher anochi mitzaveh etchem hayom. If you listen to those commandments which I set before you this day. V'hakalala, and a curse. Im lo tishma'u el mitzvot Adonai Elohechem. And a curse if you do not listen to the commandments of the Lord your God. V'sartem min haderech asher anochi mitzaveh etchem hayom. If you turn away, if you stray from the path which I command you this day. Lalechet acharei Elohim acherim asher lo yadatem. And you go follow after other gods which you did not know, which you have not experienced. I think all of our lives are filled with choices, and we never know for sure when the important choices are going to come. What this reminds us is that if we go on autopilot too much of the time, then when the important choices come around, we're not ready. We're not thinking about it. We're just sitting there and saying, oh, well, yeah, I mean, you hear a certain word and you say, okay, that makes up my mind. I won't worry that much about the details. Okay, it's easy for me just to say, okay, I'll do it, I won't do it, I'll give the contribution, I won't give the contribution, I'll make the trip, I won't make the trip. No one in this room makes an effort to follow all the words of the halakha, the law that's been laid down by thousands of years of scholars. That's partly because as contemporary Jews, we recognize that there are a lot of circumstances that we like to take into account while reading the words of Torah. The reason we do, why do we teach our kids Hebrew in the first place? Why do we have a Sunday school? You know, Michael obviously remembers his Hebrew school with such fondness that we can say the purpose of having Hebrew school is to chase people away from the synagogue for 20 years and then not have them come back until they've forgotten all about what they went through as a kid, and then maybe they can start over again.
It requires marrying a Catholic as well.
You know,